What's going on YouTube? Alright, just wanted to try this. I did some updating on the Cub, which I am hoping to finally test fly tomorrow. I did go ahead and put the cowling on. I removed the battery that was up front. I might go ahead and take this back off and put some weight up here to replace that, but it seemed to be right on point. I have a little tail heaviness, very little on CG. But I think it's fine. I'll probably end up just flying it the way it is. But I went ahead and got this UBEC, that 8S, and it's an 8 amp, max 16 amp draw that I got off of Amazon for less than 20 bucks. It was inexpensive, so it ran 8S, which was what I needed. And what I did is I was able to remove my split here to run two 4S batteries, and I soldered in a line that comes down and then goes in here, and then I have it where I can detach it with a plug there, and then it runs over to here, powers it up from battery itself, and then it comes out and powers up the receiver. So I got power there, and there's a spare output here, which I will not be using, so it just sits comfortably right there. And so far, I think everything's good. I'm gonna go ahead and put the hatch back on here, cover this all up, and then there's the part back here that needs to go back on. I think I'm gonna put a GPS system on there just to keep up with the speed. I don't know if this thing even stalls, but we're gonna test some things out when I get it up in the air tomorrow. I am running each channel separately, so all of the servos are on its own channel. So each rudder has its own separate channel. I'm sorry, each elevator has its own separate channel, and the rudder has its own channel. Obviously, the ailerons are separated as well. This doesn't have flaps, but eventually I might install some flaps, but that's not on the plan anytime soon. Just want to see how it flies just the way that it is. I fired it up the other day, got the prop on and spun it up. It's got a lot of power on 8S, and the batteries were right at nominal voltage, and I did a half throttle and I was like, whoa, it's got a lot of power. So hopefully I'll get this up tomorrow and everything goes fine with it. Didn't have any issues. The reason why I split everything is because I was having an issue, which I thought it was the servo. This servo over here was much slower. So when I would center the elevator, the left elevator would go down, and then it would take its time to center all the way, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. So I thought it was a bad servo, so I was like, hey, might as well have the two servos be the same on the elevators, and if it's slow to center on the rudder, that's fine. But I went ahead and had my son swap them over, ran the Y cable on it, and it was still doing the same thing. And I was like, hey man, did you actually replace this, or did you move the servo? He was like, yeah, I did exactly what you said, and I believed him. So I went ahead and put everything back together, and that servo on the left rudder there, or right rudder, gee, I keep calling it a rudder, elevator, kept slowing the center. So it would move up pretty quickly, and then when I would go down with it, as if nosing down, it would slow at the very top of that. But when it would come up for an up pitch, it would go up fast and it would be fine, but coming back to center, it would just get like maybe 10 millimeters from the center and then slow down and then slow to center. And the other one was right on point. It would get right to center and it was done. And I was like, yeah, I don't want that in air, because it's gonna cause, you know, inadverse yaw or inadverse roll. I don't want that. So I went ahead and took it off, took off the Y splitter, and I realized there was a reversing plug or reverse circuit on it. Of course, I bought this used. Again, make sure you always check your stuff. So when I went in there, I noticed, I'll show you this. I noticed that, and I was like, what the hell is that? You know, didn't really notice that before because I believe it was upside down like that, and I was expecting it to just be a Y splitter, you know. Well, once I got in there, and once my son did the swap, it was upside down or the other way. And I'm like, what is that on there? Well, it's a reverser. And it was causing the slow to center problem. I took it off and it was fine after that. So I decided to go ahead. I got an 8-channel receiver in here. Might as well use all 8. But, I mean, definitely I only needed 6. So, I really didn't need the 8 channels, I guess. So I might end up swapping it out with a 6-channel eventually. But right now, it's good. With the BEC, I did replace this in the seat. Just need to screw that back in once I get the chair back in and put it back here. I only have the back seat. I've never had the front seat, which I hopefully get. And that's it. She's ready to go. Can't wait to get this thing in the air. Everything's fine. I was able to get all the throws exact with the 2 inches up, 2 inches down on high, and you know, the elevators where they need to be, because they were off some, so you know, the roll would be a little off axis just a little bit if I would have kept the Y splitter in there, and the same with the elevators. But I was able to do each one individually and got them all moving the same distance up and down. And hopefully this will all work out real nice. It should be a nice little flyer. And I really can't wait to get it up in the air. I'm very excited. I will be replacing this prop though. I just hadn't had time to do it. Just keep forgetting about it because I hadn't worked on a plane in a while. But this, you see this piece here, I know that's gonna rip off in the first flight, but it'll make some cool noise and I'll be done with it, and might get it off balance just a tad bit, but I mean, it'll be fine for now. I don't think it'll be so much where it's gonna cause an issue. Pretty solid prop. And I might go, I thought about going wood, and I might do that. But this APC prop seems to be sturdy enough. I just might replace it with another APC and paint it up just like this one was. Whoever did the job did a great. So, all right, that's it. Hopefully I'll have a flight video here in the next couple of days up, but I am taking it out tomorrow to fly. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and hope to see y'all for the making.